I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
So, did anybody look over the minutes for last meeting? We approved them? I don't know.
That's a good question because they're a recording. Anything to say, Petra, about the minutes from last time, the recording? I feel like they're not here.
Yeah. I apologize. So last month, for whatever reason, much of the meeting was not audible after the first 15 minutes. But we do have the written minutes as an alternative. We do have it recorded. It's just not audible. So we will have them posted, but that is what happened.
But they're not, the minutes can't be reviewed because they're not ready yet. And
Well, they should have been in the packet.
Oh.
Did Alyssa send them to you?
no.
Oh, okay. I'm going to send her a message right now,
Okay.
but keep on.
Okay, yeah, we get it. But Hank, let me just ask you another thing. So are you taking minutes? Is that what's happening? Written minutes as well? Or are we supposed to be doing that on our end?
Okay, so what we've done here for the last 2 months is I'm doing a pilot project with AI recording off of Zoom, and it seems to be working quite well. So right now I'm recording with AI, and we will record them to the cloud and have those minutes then available to you. And Alyssa will take a look at them and just make sure that they're audited and they should be prepared for you this evening, or I mean next month. So that's been working out well for all of the other meetings and community development as well. And then just on a similar note is Alyssa's decided to do a startup business of hers. So she's going to be moving on sometime in October. And so I have a recruitment out for an executive assistant position out right now. And so we're going to have a little bit of a lull, but it should be a seamless transition because we'll get some assistance from another department for a month or so.
So at this point, Zeb, you could ask to add things to the agenda.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put like reports, because we're gonna talk about meetings, and then we have a visitor, so we might want some public comment at the end.
Okay, yeah, does anybody want to add anything to the agenda?
I do.
All right,
I want to add about, well, we're talking about minutes and we're talking about being able to store some stuff like in the office, and we should be able to put it in the ACE office here. But I'm not quite sure where we stand with the county, so I'd like to have a little, not with the county, but with the ACE.
okay.
So I'd like to have a little discussion about that.
Well, somebody just need to take up a chat with the head of ACE and just say, can we throw something here?
Probably.
It's easier.
I think we need to go back to our contracts and find out exactly what we have and where the food is that goes. I'm worried about the emergency thing more than I am the minutes. We've had food stored here, we've had pots stored here, then I hear that they aren't here. I don't really know where we stand.
Is that a CAC thing though, or is that an ACE thing? It's not a CAC.
Well, I sent you guys out a history of ACE.
Right.
And that it was supposed to be a community, I mean, it's supposed to be a library, but it's also supposed to be a community building. And this room right here was supposed to act as a hospital for the clinic.
Right.
And I think we need to look and see what kind of contracts we had originally with
Where would those reside?
well, I remember talking to Kathy about it when some issue came up, and she said, well, they're hanging right up here in her office. And so I assumed the county would have some kind of agreement with them, because they're I mean, I'm not quite sure how
I thought
things
I
stand.
thought the building was The library, did the county take over this building? I thought this was funded by ACE and the library helps a little bit. The Corvallis Library helps.
Well,
some of-
we've always been able to have our meetings here.
So, okay, I was on ACE years ago and there's lots of files in the filing cabinets. So if one is looking for contracts, there's a very good chance that something's in that
I
office.
would be there. I know that the emergency stuff is always there, and I guess that happens to be foremost in my mind at the moment, because we have this emergency at the other end of the country. And I know there was a lot of information for the emergency council in there. I don't know if it still is. I don't know what we've got and what we haven't got.
So is this a CAC thing? Or is this an ACE thing? Is this an ACAC thing? Is this I mean, I understand your concern, but
Well, that's what I'd like to get it straightened out as to what it is. What kind of original contract do we have with the county, or the community? Because it started out as totally a community thing. And then,
so when you say we had, you mean CAC?
no,
What
I
kind
mean,
of
the people
contracts
of the
is-
community. But what we did is we got everybody together and in brief, they told us the Forest Service decided to get rid of their complex, and they said, we're gonna give it to you.
Right.
But you have to have an entity, so that's why we organized ACE. We got all the churches, the school, any activity, there's a bajillion of them in this community. And we got everybody's input, and then we got a lawyer to help us, and we got a 501c3, and that was the beginning of ACE. So it was a community thing at that point. And then we always had our CAC meetings were here. In fact, they said, I guess because the county helped them, that the county should be able to use this building for meetings and stuff. So that brought in the CAC. But the CAC was in it originally as one of the groups, but then that.
So should somebody from our group approach ACE and ask that information? Do you have the records in your files? What do you know about the emergency provisions that were theoretically here? Who's responsible?
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I doubt the county would probably know as much as we could find out locally.
I volunteer to do some legwork on that. I'd be willing to come in and talk to Kathy a little bit, and maybe who's the president of ACE that now?
Meredith Howell.
I don't know her.
I could get you her
I could talk
contact.
to her,
Yeah.
but I'd be happy to do that. Meaning, I want to set your mind at ease.
well, I'd just like to know, I mean. Okay,
Well, and is there an emergency preparedness group that would also have maybe taken that?
There's an
stuff?
emergency preparedness
Yeah, right.
group for
So they
sure.
may
Randy is in charge of that, I think. Sorry to interrupt
Right,
you.
no, yeah, so that might be where everything went.
Okay, so I'll talk to Randy and Kathy.
and I'm not sure if the county, because the county changes. Just really often, so nobody remembers. these.
Well, that's like ACE.
I wrote it down. I have his digits. But I don't have Meredith's.
But I think we should have it all figured out, so that if
Mhm.
if
I think
the
it's a-
earthquake comes,
I think it's a good idea.
we know what to do.
Mhm.
By the way, I want to put my, the 2 bits in, you guys were wondering about the streets in, Alsea, who owned them, and I just don't want to step out of line, but I can find out, but I suspect at this point very strongly that they're Oregon public roads,
Mhm.
not county roads. And I could find out, I've got I don't know if you want the story behind how I found out or not, but,
Some of
So-
them are owned by the
but the thing is,
houses that face them.
pardon?
Some of them are owned by the houses that face them. The property line is in the middle of the street. Is my understanding. I only can repeat what other people tell me. My understanding is in the Second Street, for instance, the property lines are in the middle of the street.
Okay, well, I talked to, texted actually Ryan Van Leuven, because his, dad and mom live on First. And they said their property line does not go to the middle of the street, it's county. Well, I know it's not county, because otherwise it'd be maintained. And it could be like where I am, Asbar, that Earl Asbar, they said it's not county. County will tell you what to do, but they won't do anything. And they may maintain it, but they don't have to. And so what it came down to after I was secretary of our road maintenance for 23 years, came down to that some people don't want to pay those people. So ended up having an election and creating a road service district. And the county collects the taxes. And there are two kinds of road service districts, and since people are really anti-government, they have a committee that meets once a month. And we have variable tax, which I went through all the properties and put down, and it's up to 3%, and that's what it is now, because for the first time in like 40 years, it's actually, the whole area is getting maintained, and it should drop next year. But basically, the property owners have to pay it. And if you want the county to do the maintenance, you can have a road service district, they collect it, and they do the work of paving and maintaining it. In our case, just to get it passed by 70%. Yeah, it's some big potholes, okay,
Mhm.
and that we have a committee, and these three main people have been really clever at getting companies, small companies, willing to do small jobs. The hard part is getting people to do it. And so they scrounged up these companies that do things that aren't million-dollar jobs. And it's been now 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and it's almost complete. Yeah, one thing, but I think if I find out from the county with authorization from the committee, then we can solve it. What's what?
Mhm. Oh, I'm game for that.
Do you want to do that, or want me to do?
No, you go right ahead.
it? Okay,
So do we need to make a motion or anything that
I don't,
no, just
we don't
do it?
have to have a motion.
I think she could bring whatever
Okay.
information
Yeah.
she finds.
Well, the funny, not so funny story, but anyway. Because Earl Asbar told me it wasn't a county road, the county said it was, and he threatened them with lawyers if they took it over. But what, the county wanted us, because it's a 30-foot right of way, and they want 60 feet, so each landowner would have to give up 15 feet on each side, and then bring the streets up to their standards before they'd accept it
Mhm.
as a county road. But anyway, the story is I planted a bunch of bushes of laurel so people wouldn't look in. And somebody, new neighbor, complained they couldn't see, and they called the county to have us cut, and a county woman came, and Ted had just got up out of bed and got off the toilet, and she said, if you don't cut those bushes, we're gonna put a lien on your property. He went, fuck you. And then he called me and said, Keita, I think there's some trouble. Then we got a letter saying that they're gonna put a lien on the property. And so that's when I went down And we found out that Earl was right, it was not a county road, it's a state public road. And so basically everybody backed off.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna investigate to see about the roads that are right here just in town?
Yeah.
Good.
Because apparently, I haven't been up, because I just gotta go through there's some big craters up there, but what's gonna upset people is that they're gonna have to pay.
Mhm.
Well, at least they'll know.
But,
I think a lot, they just don't know.
yeah,
Right. I'm sure
and it's
that-
not somebody else gonna take care of themselves, and they can't expect somebody else to take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least they'll know though. So.
Yeah. So we have, by the way, one of the absolutely best, the absolute best that I have run into, and I have run into a lot, but, county tax assessor records
Mhm.
and property search. Albany, you can't get diddly squat, Portland can't get diddly squat, and it was a Port Townsend, you had to have the exact name or the exact address. And this, I just put North Second.
Hmm.
And bim, you go through a whole bunch, and then pretty soon. You go through the Northwest, because that's Corvallis. And then you figure out North Main and Philomath, and you get people's names, and then you get this assessment and everything else.
Huh.
And the
Mhm.
woman, she's retired, who did it is a heavy metal guitar player.
Oh,
But anyway,
see,
so you have all these little streets. And then you can find out. And whether it goes, how wide it is, and whether it goes to the middle or not. And it might very well not be to the middle.
I have an app on my phone, it's called Onyx, and it'll tell you all property owners, and it'll give you the property lines and tax lots and all of that. So maybe I could help you, I
Yeah,
don't know,
And
yeah,
maybe.
I will go down to, because what I found when I got those deeds, it was actually, like fair acres and stuff, and 30 foot, and then they had 5 inches and
Mhm.
whatever, yeah. But you could look at
He has it,
I know it's,
Yeah.
everybody's got it, and I haven't
Is it-
got it yet. 'Cause
It
does it
shows,
show?
it shows the streets, but it's not, this app isn't always accurate.
Yeah, it's not that accurate,
Onyx,
yeah.
so then
It's
this
off.
could be a report for the next.
wait, can you do Alder?
Well, it shows, but we'll have to look into it a little bit.
Hey,
Mhm.
Zeb, can I just mention the official record is the zoning map that's on the Benton County website? And if you just go to the Benton County website and say Benton County zoning map, it'll bring it up. It's dynamic. You just toggle over any address, any right of way, and it'll give you all the basic information, who the owner is, how wide the right of way is, the square footage, how it's zoned, all of that information. You can turn on and off different layers, whether or not it's in the zoning, the flood zone, or anything like that. And I could bring someone out to do a training with y'all, so you could figure out how to research yourself if you'd like. That would be no
nice.
problem, but that is the official record on the Benton County website. So you don't have to worry about inaccuracies using that tool.
Oh, okay.
So the Benton County zoning maps, and then you click right away?
Yeah, you can click on the streets and it'll show you those remnants where private properties have come together in the middle of the right of way. Those are called prescriptive easements. And so whoever was talking earlier had pretty accurately described what the relationship is between the public and the private side. But yeah, it should show that all of the line work for the tax lots and the legal lots, which are actually two different things. So again, I'd be happy to bring someone out to do a training with you folks, or you guys could come into town and we could do that as well. We could even
Yeah.
do it virtually.
That'd be fantastic,
Yeah.
because we don't know what the rules are then.
So
We're
then the
floundering around.
outcome of doing this would then be to,
Well, then you'd know what you have to do. And you can't complain to the county for not maintaining
Mhm.
something they don't have to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because they just don't want to spend the money. They don't have to, and then everybody has to face up to, if I'm right. creating a road service district.
Does there need to be a leader for each road though? I mean, you guys wanted it. I could just see people just going, well, forget it, I'll just leave the potholes. I mean, does there need to be a,
No, the thing is, if people vote on it, whether they want to be in the road service district, because we had a stinker. And we had once, I couldn't, anyway,
but who puts that together? I mean, does there have to be one person on the road that says, I really think we should improve our road? Like
well,
on
no, you
Alder
have
or
to get
First or
several,
Second, or-
basically, there's several. If,
And it's,
if it gets voted down,
I mean, something.
then you're just gonna
CAC
have potholes. huh?
Is it something that CAC would pull together and say, you all, this is
Yeah, but it has to go for a vote.
correct?
I think that the people have asked though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've been asked a couple times,
Okay,
what are you guys gonna do about the streets in Alsea?
got it.
And so I think
And
that's,
CAC?
yeah, as
Okay,
the CAC.
perfect.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
then it's the CAC that organizes and said, okay, this is, we're gonna put together these road districts, we need a vote. Then everybody votes.
Well, yeah, and then we can tell them, well, this is what you have, or has to be done, I think.
Right.
Okay,
I mean, whether we can do anything or not,
well, no.
but that's the part we can do,
Yeah.
they have to decide.
Okay. So is it something that can be a?
My kids and neighbors went around and talked to people about it, to every household,
Sure.
and. And we thought it was gonna be a squeaker, but it was 70%, it was pretty
Oh, you're in.
phenomenal,
Gotcha.
but.
Petra, there's somebody in the waiting room, I believe. And we have some comments from the other people in the meeting as well.
Okay.
Do you wanna read them out? Or,
I will.
okay, because I can.
Naomi says, I think we need to set this aside for now and just relate to CAC issues. The whole emergency preparedness relationship with ACE is a whole different issue. And I agree, but I want to set Mimi's mind at ease, and so I will look into it and just see what is happening with that. Would you mind scrolling down a little bit, Sarah? And then comment number 2 says, part of the conditions for building permit approval is that it had to be a community building, not just a library. And that was Janet.
Yeah, that knows what she's talking about.
And so and then I was gonna mention, in the Cougar meeting that happened last Sunday. There was like a panel, I would say, of people from the industry, I guess, so private and that work for the state. So there was Jason Kirchner from ODF, Stanley Steele, which is with Oregon Trappers Association. He's also a policy advisor for the state of Oregon, I think. Shay Stygast, I'm not sure if I have her name right. She's with Benton County Ag and Wildlife Protection Services. Brian Thomas from the USDA. And Eric Lee, which is an independent trapper. They just talked about some of the ongoing, cougar incidents, well, like who can help. When you have a problem, just some of the facts and about cougars. It was interesting. There was a lot of information,
Mhm.
a lot more of information to go, I think, even.
Is that something you could encapsulate and like put in an AVV article and? put it on
I was
Facebook?
thinking about
I
it,
think
yeah,
it'd be
so
helpful.
I took some notes and stuff,
Just even the people's phone numbers or.
yeah,
whatever.
I think it needs to go in there, there's definitely some follow-up questions that I have to. Incomplete information,
So there was, the Benton County has a grant program for non-lethal, which I got twice now.
yeah.
I think that's important for people to know, because I really think that the night guard flashing lights I have and some of the other stuff I do has really helped.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So,
Mhm.
and I got grants for that and electric fence.
Which department?
It's that.
Ag and Wildlife
Ag
Services,
and Wildlife
and it's
Services.
called
Interesting.
non-lethal Something.
yeah, what was it?
Garth does that.
But
out
they'll-
in the-
Right, but they'll pay for you to get a guard dog with me. I mean,
They're-
it's about $5,000 you can get.
Hmm.
You just have to report It's not a hard application.
Yeah,
I just want to say that if you happen to see a cougar, let me know ASAP. I just bought a high dollar call and I will try to call it in.
yeah,
It will be lethal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
That's
a point,
So nice.
a point I would like to make, because it's kind of, Alsea area, was that the majority of the people on the panel said if you're in cougar habitat, which Alsea is, that you should be carrying bear spray, or if you're trained, you should be carrying a weapon
You mean when you go hiking?
I totally agree.
anytime, backyard. If you're in cougar habitat, so, and according to them, our backyards are cougar habitat. So basically, when you go outside, you should be carrying bear spray or a weapon.
Including in the village, they've been in the backyards along Alder
Yeah.
Street the last two
So that,
winters.
I'd like to share an anecdote, and I know Zeb has many, but one that's happened recently is my neighbor told me that she has taken to carrying a big air horn because the cat kept following her to her lodge. And I said, well, I'll just come and shoot it. No, she didn't want me to shoot it, so she carries an air horn. I think I would rather have the
Has it-
pepper spray.
Has it been working?
It did scare it off, but I think it could be acclimated to it, and maybe it might even condition it. That might be a dinner bell to it. Who knows? I don't.
and, yeah,
No,
And-
teenagers have been hiking in the woods, and we don't bring
Oh.
them with us. We
yeah,
go hiking all the time.
I would
Your
carry some,
dog.
yeah.
I've been seeing them more and more. I had them from me to you before, stalking me, thinking I was a deer, but of course I was hunting, so I was being quiet, but there's a
It's
lot.
Boulder.
There's,
is what
well,
it is.
and they were taught, so the panel, I didn't write down, some people I wrote down, but the panel discussed that most of the cats causing problems are the 1 to 3 year olds. So they're the cat,
It's learning.
they're not learning, but they don't really have an area of their own, so they're maybe pushed down to,
Feast on the cats.
closer
on
to-
Alder Street.
people's homes where, the larger established cats don't, frequent.
Kind of like a
We should be
food
wearing
court.
Shirts so we don't get shot by hunters.
Yeah, I know, and it was interesting, so a cougar attack, definitions seem to change, but a cougar attack could be anytime you feel threatened from a cougar, so. If it's running at you
Like an
or
attack,
chases you or anything like that, which is different because, I did shoot a cougar quite a few years ago from 12 feet away, it was coming at me, but it wasn't a cougar attack. Because it didn't actually touch me. So the
Oh,
definitions are a little
Changes.
squishy maybe, but they're definitely,
Wow.
according to this panel, I don't know what the official. And that's kind of, I wanna have a follow-up meeting, probably December or sometime when I'm not busy. That gets those definitions actually. To put in the ABV, because I feel like the definitions need to be, people actually know. Also. You don't actually have to call ODF and W, you can call the USDA directly, if you have a livestock problem. For like you, they are a lot, so. The day after this meeting.
Yeah.
Brian Levitt had 2 sheep killed. Because of this meeting, he called Stan Steele because he was a card, somebody's, number that we got at the meeting, and Stan Steele called the USDA trapper for him. But that person, actually called before, ODF and W even. Before ODF and W could even send him to the right person, because he didn't actually call the right office, he called Salem headquarters.
Right.
And so before Salem could even get him to the right place, this guy already called back, and he didn't even call that Stan Steele to like 2 hours after the initial call. So just, it was a matter of,
So Stan-
minutes, not
Stan is
hours,
the
and
man.
that guy was headed out, so. It's good information, I didn't have a clue about that, so. It was good.
And who does Stan Steele work for?
He is with the Oregon Trappers Association.
Oregon Trappers.
Yeah, he used to be state police for this area. But he's like a policy advisor for, for the state of Oregon, I guess, when it comes, so he's, involved politically, I guess, with the cougar situation.
Mhm. I do carry either a sidearm or bear spray at all times when I'm at my house, because I have them coming through so frequently. My neighbors are constantly calling me, oh, Tim, you had a cat pass by your house again. Oh, okay.
Wow.
But they've eaten all my deer, so maybe now I'm
They will
can
leave.
be immune to it. They're all the deer are dead now and gone, so.
And they do have, just in one of the, Eric Lee was on a trap in Blodgett, so not too far away. In one night, a cougar killed 23 sheep.
Geez.
Is that a cougar?
A cougar killed killed them all.
That sounds like a dog.
No, it was a cat, because they caught the cat.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was because, so the cougar broke into
Mhm.
through 2 electric fences, or went through, and actually got into the barn where which they thought was secure.
Created.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they would only kill enough to look at my meat.
No, well, so Brian Levitz, that happened on Monday, the
Yeah.
cougar didn't eat any of the sheep.
Yeah, that's
Killed-
good. That's
They
true.
had 3.
That's part.
They didn't just kill, so the one didn't have any blood at all on it, and one of them did, but yeah, just,
Oh.
so it's interesting, it was interesting, for sure,
It is.
but
Okay.
that's all I have.
That's all you got,
On
okay.
the-
Yeah, and where time is passing, so I
Yeah.
will quickly touch on a few things that I'm bringing from CAC, Alsea Community Action Collaborative, not Alsea CAC, the Alsea Citizen Advisory Committee. So, first off, we are working on getting some funds to purchase some audio, video, equipment to help with these meetings, okay? So hopefully we will have something that will be ACACs that we can use, this meeting can use starting next month. Are you hearing okay tonight, Petra? It
Yeah.
seems better. Is it better?
It's so much better, and that is fantastic news. I'm so excited for you.
Okay, but I want to throw in there that we do hope that the county will create some budget for this committee next year. for
Yes,
things like
I have
that.
it on the list. I have it on the
Okay.
list, and I would like your budget requests sometime in the next month, because that's
Okay.
the right time frame.
Did you hear that, folks? You need to make a budget request, and that if you don't get it in, you won't get a line. I'm telling you. Okay, so on the 23rd of September, some folks who were here attended a regional solutions team, which is the convening body of the governor's office to try to help people in different parts of the state, communities accomplish things. And we had, I don't know that not everybody signed in. This room was packed with people at tables. Were there 30 people, 40 people? And we had a great discussion about paths forward for trying to get some workforce housing, working on rural residential units being able to be put in, and infrastructure for the village area. And the thing is a few people leapt up and said, we want to help, we want to help. And I think Petra can, hopefully, it sounds like maybe one of those people is planning to come out to one of these meetings. So that's, you can ask me questions if you want, I'll just leave it that simple since we're kind of running up on time. And was there, and on, I'm gonna forget, on November 18th, ACAC's going to have a town hall like we had in 22 and 23. And we're hoping to have the CAC give a presentation, because what we're hoping to share with the community is the things that ACAC has accomplished since we got on our feet on the ground, what's coming next, and what the community can do to get involved and help. So there are several things that are going to happen around if we're going to work on getting some of these grants to do things like infrastructure development. We don't have census data, okay? It's a long story. I can explain it to you if you want, but just trust me, we don't have census data for this community. We have to get it. There is a nonprofit out of California who goes around and does this for rural communities all over the place, RCAC. Naomi's known them since they were in somebody's garage in Sacramento 30 years ago. But they will come help us with that, but people will have to be willing to fill out the thing. So I'm hoping that we can start the buzz about, will you please fill out the, of course, horribly invasive, probably, but it's for a very good purpose.
And we're already on their list.
And we're on their list. We're literally, they're going to come in. Yeah, they're headed out here. So
This doesn't get filled out, nobody knows, and you're not gonna get any stuff.
yeah, it's that cut and dried. It won't allow us to, yeah. So I think that's with Naomi. Did I miss anything? I think I got that. And then, oh, Scotty, do you want to talk about the farm forest letter?
You mean, I wrote one.
You wrote one. Okay, well, yeah, tell us about it.
I didn't write it for CAC, I testified, I gave testimony, they're due by the 16th of this month. It's testimony about the rulemaking for the Farm Forest Modernization Act or something, which absolutely needs to be slowed down. They have already determined what they're gonna do, they didn't listen, they didn't ask for everybody else in the room, and when I looked at the letters that were submitted, there were about, of the 95 letters, 60 of them were the same letter. They're obviously all they were put together by 1,000 Friends, just different signatures. There were maybe 5 or 6 of us that testified in favor of slowing down and having some open forums. Everybody else testified that they thought everything was great, just the way it was done. If this is codified law, then it'll be hard to do some of the land use EFU stuff out here that some of us would like some permission to try to do.
Interesting. So there's
a vote in December.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw some emails go back and forth about this committee potentially submitting a letter to that effect.
Could absolutely do it before the 16th.
Yeah.
It has to be done quickly.
So, I mean, I could give you do a rough draft so that everybody can sign it or something like that, that just has the main points, and the main points are they didn't ask enough people, there were special interest groups on this, and that they need to slow down, take time, and get out into some of their communities and have a conversation before they vote yes on it.
Yeah, well, from what I read of it, yeah, all they need to, they just need to slow it down.
Yep.
And let people know about it, because nobody knows about it. I mean, I didn't know about it.
Well,
And
I didn't
you
know
worked
about it,
right
this is
in
the
it.
third meeting, I mean, we were
Yeah.
late to the party, we were really late,
And-
it started last February, I didn't know about it.
Well, and this seems like something that they should be required to reach out. I mean, if you're gonna make land use decisions, you should be
Yeah.
reaching out to the communities.
So
like
what
that.
they're saying they're doing is helping counties to have some basic rules, interpretations of the law, because the counties waste a lot of time when people ask for stuff and the counties all do it differently, and this would codify it so that nobody was wasting as much time. That's how they presented it.
Yeah, it looked to me, from what I read, it looked like some rule changes for sure. I mean, they were grouping things in that together that
Yeah.
aren't grouped in at all
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, the modernization part of it.
And how did you feel that it was gonna affect the EFU?
Because it has to do with non-farm uses on farmland,
Okay, gotcha.
on EFU.
I
Well-
was met with a extension agent for this area. And that was just privately for our farm. But I asked him some questions, and I'm gonna try to get back in touch with him and see if they sent this form or whatever to them, because they're in contact with all, the little farmers around. But he said that there's a school, it's called the Rogue, so I assume it's down in Southern Oregon. And they teach farmer wannabes how to be farmers. So it's the younger generation. And when they graduate from the school, they can't find land in Oregon to farm. And they're sending them to Vermont to do their farming. They're educating them in Oregon and sending them to Vermont.
Crazy.
Yeah, I had somebody talk to me and ask about the land use laws here, and she said, I'm trying to decide between Oregon and Vermont.
Yeah,
And, I said, well,
Can I make a motion?
yes,
I would like to make a motion to get a rough draft from you, if you're willing,
yeah,
and send it to us.
soon.
And we can decide. Can we decide with email? No?
no, we have to have a meeting.
Wait, Petra helps out here.
Can we just,
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, you do need to have a meeting, and it sounds like there's a motion on the table, so you want to wait for a second. And
Okay,
then you can discuss.
okay, we'll discuss.
Well, we need a second.
well, I'll second.
Okay.
And the
Yeah,
answer is, yeah, you're not able to do any conversations via email with the CAC outside of the public meeting. It's called a serial conversation, and it's a violation of the public meetings law. So you have to be careful about that.
okay.
so if I do a rough draft and then. It'd be great if everybody could read it first, and then we meet and just all sign it. And then email, I mean, actually, I emailed my letter, I scanned it and emailed it.
Yeah.
So if we all. The 16th is,
It's just,
Yeah.
it's just next week.
But would we all have to sign it since it takes more trouble? Could it just come from the?
Yeah,
Okay,
Now you're
in
thinking.
general?
yeah, I think.
Just from the chair or something,
okay,
right?
yes.
And then we could each write a separate one if we
Well,
want.
yeah, if you want to, and I could give you
Yeah.
information as to who to send it to.
Yeah, because it sounds like you've done all
Oh,
the.
yeah, because we
hard
could,
work.
we could approve you to represent the LCCAC
Mhm.
and with the letter.
Except that I already have a letter in there.
Yeah, so Janet maybe. or-
Oh, okay,
But what I could do is I could just draft it and send it to her so that she can. Put the CAC and I'll tell her how to do it. Okay, yeah. we can
Yeah.
Get the information, okay,
so maybe we,
That's really.
but as long
important.
as the CAC, I guess, would. The motion is to write a letter, so then there was a second, so then we all need to vote and say aye, right? Or
Yes.
if everybody.
Actually, the
agrees.
motion that was made is no.
yeah,
It can either be removed from the table because it can't be done without a public meeting.
yeah,
So you're coming up with.
so
a-
I'll withdraw the motion.
Yeah, you can withdraw it,
Yeah, I withdraw the
Okay.
motion.
and then somebody could move to have the committee chair, or, submit something.
Okay,
Do we need to do that?
I think probably, yeah.
Yes, you can. Perfect.
Do you want us to move and second and vote, or do you want them to just act?
You can act, you can just direct someone to do something. That's fine. If there's consensus, head nod, straw poll, what have you, or you can do a motion if you want to be more formal. Either way is fine.
Okay,
I feel like. It doesn't matter.
What do you feel like?
Well, I feel like if officially,
Okay,
Mhm.
it might be
Yeah.
better. to make a
I think
motion.
it's always good to get
If
stuff
we-
in the
yeah,
record.
I'll make a motion to have the chair send a letter in to the
yes,
No, second.
DLCD. Yeah.
the DLCD or land.
Oh, yeah, LCDC or.
Well,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous?
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Could you let me know who seconded that, please?
Mimi,
Mimi, thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay, cut off the subject in some ways, but as cousin Joe Haley keeps mentioning how all these old places, these two-story white houses are crumbling
Yeah,
out here.
they are.
And,
It's a shame.
and as far as I know, they can still, you can build on that because it's already existing. And even after, now we changed it 18 years, but anyway, I saw in the new law that it was 22 years, if one place was wiped out and they petitioned the East Central Oregon. and they got the permit to build because a house was there 22 years before. I know in my place, there was a house 50 years before, but another place, is there any way we can look into having those places as, I mean, people own that property and they're letting them die? How do we can we address that as far as housing?
I would suggest that we get onto this agenda because we haven't even started on the agenda for this evening. Which has the CAC bylaws recommendations. There's just one that needs to be discussed because we sorted through the minutes. And we definitely want to hear from Peter about what's happening next month, because I think it's kind of exciting. I think something exciting is going to happen at the meeting next month. So I sent something around to give you guys history, because it occurred to me, it's so easy to assume that everybody knows what you know. It's such at this still at my age, I do it. And then I realized, no, wait a minute. Mimi and Naomi and I were working on that for almost a year before you guys even became part of the conversation. So it was always the intention from the time that the conversation started. We approached the county as just 3 individuals. But Darren Nichols' response was, let's stand it up and let's broaden the scope of activity and let's do that officially. And he explained to me, and others have explained to me, something that makes tremendous sense, which is getting things into the written record. You can then go back, and that's a place to start actual action on the part of the entity that you're trying to get to act on your behalf. So in looking at your bylaws and doing the important update and edit, I strongly suggest that you guys put something in writing about expanding the scope of your activities. I don't know that you even need to be specific, if you know what I'm saying. Like tonight, we've talked about cougars, right? We've talked about a whole bunch of different things. So expanding the scope of your activities would create that foundation for this committee to be able to interact with Benton County on behalf of this community outside of land use issues. I think it would be very good for our community, and it was the intent of this project that take place.
Kind of like a state governmental organization.
Just because there is none.
There is none.
None, right? So the county is saying, as the world has gotten more and more complicated, I think it's harder and harder for them to just not have something to interact with, even in an unincorporated community, right? So they just need these places of contact. And the good news is the idea is to have several. We've had a good relationship with Zan Ojero. Sadly, she won't be coming back. She's, leaving her chair on the commission, and ACAC has set up, communications back and forth. I think Krista and Nirad at the school is really good about communicating with the county. I've had some conversations, so we're getting some good conversations going from the different parts of our community with the county. And this would just be another wonderful avenue for Alsea to be able to approach the county when we need something from them. An official place, something can go in the record, it can be taken before the county commission, and then it can become policy, which then they're supposed to follow through on with action.
So wouldn't it be good if this was like an umbrella? So you have that person from the school, and then you have the person from emergency service, and then you have each of those organizations. But then, so it's a pseudo governmental agency.
I love it. Love it.
It's Alsea that could then do all those things. And since CAC was elected, kind of like a pseudo governmental for a non-corporation.
I have one example. I think Brandy told me it took a year for them to get permission to put up an antenna for the ham radio thing for the emergency. And I mean, that should have just gone through. He had to go testify in front of the planning commission and a whole bunch of hoops to jump through to do something that they were willing to do as volunteers. They didn't necessarily have any money or anything. They weren't asking for anything. They were just asking for permission to do that. And so we probably could have helped if we'd have been active.
Do you think the community would object if we said, okay, this is what, we're gonna put these in our bylaws and we want to be this entity that then pulls all these groups together? I mean, would there be groups that go, who appointed you?
Well, they could go it on their own, I guess, if they wanted to. We're not saying
Better if things came, it's not that big a community, there's not that many people
Right.
that get involved. So
Right,
there
anyways.
is,
Right.
yeah, that it would,
I don't know if it has to like say that in the bylaws, it could just be,
A convener?
It's already, that particular aspect is in the bylaws currently because there's the creating subcommittees. I'm talking
Okay.
about the section where it talks about the actual activities very early in the bylaws. And I honestly forgot to bring my
Yeah.
copy. Tim will have his homework because he always does. And there's a place to just expand that scope of activity beyond land. It just says land use and you could just say there. I don't know,
Wow.
just
So
something
community
Uh,
related.
other, what
Yeah,
other
aspect.
issues
Yeah.
affecting the Alsea community.
Yeah.
So land use and other aspects of it.
Yeah, because I don't think you even need to define it, if you get me, like you could, but I don't think you actually need to.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, more limiting. Do you see that spot, Tim?
Oh, I'm sorry,
It's
my
okay.
brain went to something else.
Yeah,
What specifically are you looking for?
where it talks about the activities of the committee and it says it's land use and you could add something in there that says,
can't make them-
Land use planning process and other aspects of county government that relate to their CAC area.
is it already there?
Well, it says other aspects.
It does say other
of county
aspects.
government.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you want, okay, so you don't want to strengthen that at all, or are you happy? Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
We could put Station County,
Oh,
Yeah.
good idea.
Some of the issues are state.
or maybe. we
And we
should
do
put
it,
federal
Well,
Station
well, and
County.
well, we do interact with federal agencies
Yeah.
independently as a community as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you might, if you want, I'm just saying, if you want to strengthen that, go for it.
I know we did already turn in.
Well, because Misty.
I don't think Misty did. No, it's
Oh.
not. Yeah, she's gonna send it to you guys before she sends it
Oh, okay.
to Patron. Do you feel like it's strong enough? You want to just leave it and it's fine.
I mean, if we have time to put it in, we can, but I think it's pretty broad.
And we could get rid of the word county and just say other aspects of government that relate to their CAC area, and that might include federal, state, and county. I don't know.
why not?
Or maybe you mean, do you mean interacting with outside? Like, is that what you mean when you say government?
Well, I'm just using the verbiage that's already
Yeah.
here and just excluding the word county.
Oh, gotcha.
We should probably leave that.
I should
I
leave.
think what
Leave-
Zeb put at the end of in a may into a shall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, because they have to consult with us rather than.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, the county creates this committee, so,
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Mhm.
so, but that's on the second page where you pointed out, from a may to a shall is important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Keita?
So,
That it says that the county may consult.
Oh, may and shall is
Yeah,
what you're
and
saying.
he wants
Gotcha.
to change it to shall,
Mhm.
which. Considering all the time people put into it, it should be a shall
Mhm.
rather than a may.
So then is that an edit that Misty will get?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we did,
Okay.
yeah,
And,
shall is like a must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you want to show me, I'm gonna make a note for Misty.
it's right
She's not here.
there. That's the first part.
Okay, so you want to leave that the same. And then the second part you want to change. to-
No, the second part's already changed.
Oh, okay. Do you want to change that first part?
Well, we can just add and other government.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other government.
Because there's lots in their state, federal, but there's other
Mhm.
aspects
That's true.
of those.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm always trying to come up with language when working with ACAC, because outside actors, that's awkward, you know what I mean? Stakeholders, that sounds like we're, you know, in Hollywood or
School.
something, yeah, you know, it's just, but there are all these agencies and non-governmental agencies, and they all have something, they are in fact stakeholders. We do actually have to have conversations with them, yeah,
Should we move on
sounds good.
to,
Planning commission. November.
right,
Yep,
planning commissioners? Or Benton County Planning Commission, November.
you're on deck, Petra, about November.
Sure. Yeah, no, so this is kind of exciting. We finally got our contracts in place, and our contractors on both the development code and the comprehensive plan are full steam ahead. I had been kind of lauding about excuse me, Alsea and how prepared you are and how much momentum you have, and just had asked them if they could just kind of start their process coming out to Alsea, just because you're so organized. And so they've made a commitment to that earlier last week. And so on November 4th, it looks like a subcommittee of the Planning Commission will be assigned to come out and lead a facilitated activity with support from the consultants, and to take a look at the outreach strategy for the comprehensive plan, to glean any additional information that you might want to give them about the comprehensive plan and the respective values that you might have from the Alsea community. So that's where we're at with that. So it's actually happening finally after, you know, 4 or 5 months of talking about that. And I'm happy to answer any questions. And if you have any kind of requests about what that facilitated process looks like, I'm happy to talk to you about that. Just because I'm in an interim role as well as the planning official at this time in community development, I've kind of tapped Shannon Bush. And I'm not sure how much exposure you've had to her before, but she's a fantastic project manager to help us through this first phase of the project through the end of this year. So she'll be probably intimately involved. I imagine that Sarah, you're going to probably be asked as a liaison and also planning commissioner to be involved in that process, and probably Ed Fulford, who was at the Community Solutions event. He is on the subcommittee for housing, which is also, I understand, a relevant issue for Alsea. And I'll have another conversation with Nick Fowler, who's the chair of the Planning Commission. He may or may not be in attendance, but tomorrow we have our third meeting, basically to go through the logistics and kind of a planning meeting for Alsea and how we probably set up a framework for the other unincorporated communities as we go through that comp plan update with the public outreach piece. So yeah, it'll be an iterative process over the next month, so that we can present to you what you think is valuable, and that we hopefully solicit from you all what we hope is valuable for the planning process.
Did you say an iterative process?
Yeah, we'll be going back and forth. Shannon will be in contact with whomever is the best point of contact over the next month, so that we can really, you know, craft something that's unique to Alsea, that makes sense, that's not duplicative, and you know, take care of that aspect of that comp plan kickoff.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
is that gonna be during the CAC meeting?
Yeah, we thought that would be an
Okay.
efficient way of handling it, but if you'd like to have a separate CAC meeting, then that's fine as well. We could do that. We just thought that was a time that you all are already available, so.
So, and are you saying, I'm just trying to understand what you said. So first, logistically, some planning commission folks are gonna come and some of the folks you've contracted with will come? Is that correct?
They're providing some background, like technical assistance, as Shannon Bush will probably be the point person from
Okay.
facilitation.
And then is Patrick coming, or is that put off for another meeting?
How many people are here?
Yeah, Patrick's been invited also to talk about the state programs and the state assistance that's available. So that's a second level of assistance for the comp plan. And so he's been invited, and he's also made a at least a verbal commitment to be there as well. So we're going to incorporate him into the agenda.
Exciting. So, and are you, is this to like teach us this committee, or is it for this committee to start that process of saying in 30 years, we want to see this?
The latter.
It's
Yep.
the lab. So you got to bring your game, folks.
But was Patrick the guy that was here at
He's the one that said, I can't wait to help you guys.
Okay,
And
okay.
went, blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah.
And I was like taking notes like that. Yeah. Yes, that's Patrick, the guy who had 1,000 ideas in
Yeah.
15 seconds. Yeah. So would outreach to the broader community be appropriate about what's going to take place at this meeting?
She's moving. She's moving.
From the kitchen to the living room.
Oh, look at her, pretty. We can't hear you.
The answer is yes.
Yes. All right, and so folks, let's make sure before we're done that you let me know what I can do to help with that, because I kind of have the facility already to do that and on the Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So let's not forget to revisit that before we're done with this one. So what's that?
It's too late to promote it through the ballot.
Right, not Valley Voice, but there are other ways. So, yeah. Okay. Is there anything more about that? I felt like I had another question. Who's coming? What's the purpose? Oh, and then you mentioned about having a framework then for unincorporated other, like we'd be talking about Blodgett and Summit and places like that. What, can you tell us a little bit more about what that means, or just educate me?
Yeah, absolutely. So Shannon's going to be talking to y'all at the next planning commission meeting about what that looks like. But at the same time, it sounds like, and I'm sorry, I'm just moving about the house because people are coming home. I'm sorry. And so in parallel, we'll be talking about kind of the framework for the other incorporated communities utilizing Alsea and all the work that you've done kind of as a pilot. So because you're so organized and because the other unincorporated communities are in a less organized position, that we'd like to get some feedback from you all, not only about your respective values and things, but also to get some recommendations about how to reach out to the other smaller communities and things of that nature. So it'll be a bit of a dual purpose meeting in November. The Planning Commission meeting that looks at the draft communication plan for the comp plan happens on the 5th, and your meeting happens on the 4th. So it's kind of all happening at the same time.
And remember, guys, you can come to those planning commission meetings.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it
That's
might be a
the
good one
place to be.
Yeah,
When's that one?
the 5th of November.
And where is it located?
It's at the county building, and you can come and you can also Zoom. And it's always at 6, right, Petra? Is that right? Yeah, 6.
Yes. Yep. 6
And-
to 8 on the first Tuesday, and you are the first Monday.
And so there are links on the community development page of the county page.
So many volunteers keep going.
Does anybody have any more questions about that? I didn't mean to
I
take that
do.
one over. Yeah, go for it.
Well, I remember what happened in the past. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the future. I'm not sure what this meeting is gonna be. As all I know is in the past, they elected their CAC. They had a committees, and the community came and could ask some questions. But then the CAC sat down and these guys, it was all guys. And their job was to say which land was the good farmland, which land was the forest land, which land should go here, where. They did not understand that once they did that, it was gonna be shut down from anything else. And, so is that gonna be what this group does? Will they go over that land again and say, well, this is for this and this is for that and?
Yeah, no, this group doesn't have any authority over that, but they do have a voice. So what we want to hear is a collective voice or a minority report or what have you in terms of recommendations to the state or to the county on adjustments to be made. So one of the things that happened at Community Solutions, I'm just going to bring up one example and then I'll let you guys move on, is so we talked about the agricultural industrial zoning. That's something that the county created. And there's only a handful of agricultural industrial, and I know that doesn't relate specifically to to Alsea, but that's something that we can, that the county has the autonomy basically to add or subtract like permitted uses. So right now, one of the situations, just for some context, is that we have wineries that are in an agricultural industrial zone that they've rezoned their properties to do that. It's more intense use than EFU. It can be kind of agricultural manufacturing, things of that nature. And they had wineries, but they don't qualify for things that wineries qualify for from the state perspective. But the county has the ability to add those as permitted uses because the county actually created a thing called agricultural industrial. Now, so, I mean, there's a whole slew of things that the county created, right? But exclusive farm use is not one of them. So like exclusive farm use is one of those things that the county doesn't have. I mean, we have some influence because we can give some recommendations on how to change the permitted uses and how to use those lands. But for the most part, the state has autonomy and authority over all of those permitted uses on EFU lands. So that's just an example of where, you know, there are some opportunities and there's certainly some barriers. But where there's barriers, we have the opportunity to make recommendations, and where we have, where the county has decision-making authority, we have the ability to make those changes at the Board of Commissioners. So the agricultural industrial is one example. The village, and I'm sorry, I'm getting the words wrong, but the village residential in Alsea is another example. That's another construct of the county. So we have some flexibility to change the permitted uses in there, to change the density, to change those types of things. But that's the kind of thing that we need to have a conversation with the community a little bit more about, is what do we have control over and what don't we? And even if we don't have control, we still have an opportunity to lobby and provide recommendations and leave it up to our elected officials to lobby the state to make changes on our behalf. Is
multi-purpose ag one of those zonings that we have control over, or the county has control over?
Yes. Yes.
How about agritourism overlays?
I'm sorry, what was that one?
Agritourism overlay, is that?
The agritourism is one that's at the state level right now. We don't have much authority to affect what can be done in agritourism, but we do have the ability to apply agritourism to more than just exclusive farm use, which is what the state said. So we could put agritourism overlay on agricultural, industrial, for example, we can do that. That would provide them, those properties, the flexibility to do a few more things, agritourism related. For example, food carts. Right now, you can't have food carts that aren't related specifically to the product that that property is selling on your property. So let's say there's a melon shack. And
Yeah.
no, it's just out, it's in Wonderland. And they want to sell donuts and coffee and flowers. Well, we can't permit it because by state law, it doesn't, the agritourism doesn't allow you to do that. It has to be a product that's related to what you are growing on your property.
Yeah.
So there's a state level policy discussion that's saying, you know, are we going to loosen that a little bit? Those are recommendation level decisions. But we can allow for food carts that are related to what they're selling on more properties than just EFU land. For example, the things that the county has decided to zone that are specific to the county zoning. I realize it's kind of complicated and at the very least bureaucratic, but that is the situation. I hope I was clear enough.
So that would come up in the comprehensive plan. So that's where the comprehensive plan is aiming towards either clarity or expansion of existing.
Yeah.
Understanding.
So the bottom line is there's two different categories. There's things we can there's things we can do, and there's things we can influence.
Okay. Okay.
Are you able to delineate those for us, like in a document that people could look at before next month?
Yeah. We will have all of that available to you when we come out and have, you know, the public outreach event next month.
Mhm.
Do we have any agriculture, industrial land now?
I don't believe there's any in Alsea, but we have a handful in other parts of the county.
So does that mean we're out of luck for getting any? They want some?
No out of lucks. I mean, agricultural industrial could be another zone in the Alsea area. If we did a buildable lands inventory, and what a buildable lands inventory is just basically taking an inventory, just like any business would, of all the assets, all the properties. You're looking at all the characteristics on the property to see if they meet certain criteria. And if they do meet certain criteria, and if you have a mix of low density residential and higher density residential and commercial and industrial, and you have just a good mix that can support a balanced community, then the Department of Land Conservation and Development will generally support that, but it's their decision ultimately. So it's the planner's job is to take the community through that process, develop a set of recommendations, or at least a set, maybe 2 to 3 different scenarios, send that up to the state and say, hey, state, this is what our number 1 scenario is, our number 2 scenario. What do you think? What do you think you can do for this community in terms of what their values are and where they want to go over the next 20 years? Because we're generally looking at 20-year planning timeframes.
And so when you say 3 scenarios, you mean specifically for the Alsea area of Benton County?
Right. What's ideal? What can you live with? You know? And then, you know, what's left over? I don't know. But you know, yeah, you want some flexibility in those scenarios, but yeah, the county comprehensive plan is really just a policy level discussion. So we want to kind of encapsulate and share the value statements, the mission. What are your top priorities for land use adjustments, which we think that there are. And like you said, you know, Patrick Wingard is really enthusiastic about small city planning, and he's really wants to work with us, and he's already committed additional resources to help Alpine and Monroe and Alsea in particular, Kings Valley as well, on the kind of their visioning process, just so that they can do something unique to their own community. Because when we have this final plan, it'll be a comprehensive plan for the whole county, right? So there's going to be something that has to knit together consistency with the federal government and the state government. That's it. The key word is consistency, but that doesn't mean that you can't, take things in a unique direction, or that shows your personality or your set of values. As long as it maintains consistency with the statewide planning goals, go for it. The way that I see that this plan is actually written is that there'll be a general set of values and policies for the entire county, but that each of the communities, the 10 unincorporated communities in the 4 cities, will have an annex or chapter that's just for them. Like, this is who we want to be above and beyond what we want to be as a county. So that's the general structure that we're going for. That each of the communities get to choose, which values that they want to weight their priorities and their resources towards.
Thank you for opening Pandora's box. But in a good way.
Okay.
Letting the good things out. That was so helpful, that
Yeah.
framework.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is just, it's going to be great. I mean, you are going to be heard. We're going to reflect, your old plans, your new ideas, and give you a blueprint for
It's the-
moving forward.
it's the start.
Yeah.
For sure.
But think how the
Yeah.
world will have changed and shall have changed in 20 years from now. We're just starting with the AI and stuff. I'm gonna think. I know, right? But I mean, seriously, we gotta really be forward thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we, next meeting, November 4th?
How about the outreach for the November 4th? So I would be happy to assist this committee with outreach for that next meeting.
Yeah,
Through ACAC's vehicles for doing that. Is there anything, how about, can I just say if there's anything in particular that you better tell me now. Need to figure out if there's anything in particular you want me to say. Do you want to set it up where Janet or somebody signs off on it? Like, how would we handle the actual logistic of it?
I think it's a public meeting, so I would-
So this is what the discussion.
there's going to be a discussion on,
Facilitated activity,
Mhm,
yeah,
comprehensive plan,
okay.
I would,
attend if you
I
want.
mean, yeah, attend if you want.
Mhm,
I mean,
okay.
public comment will be limited.
Right.
I mean, because there's a lot of information to go through, right?
Right, but
And-
it's the beginning of an ongoing process, isn't it? Right, Petra? I mean, they'll be back out here other times, right?
Absolutely iterative. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just the beginning.
Mhm.
Since it's a facilitated activity.
Yeah, that'd be
We'll
good.
have little tables with buttons and, yeah, Q-tips.
No, I mean.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, is that all? Anybody else have anything?
Well, we have some visitors and there's some stuff in the chat.
I know, and I've got the information for the person who wants the DLC stuff. I'm
Um,
gonna. That's it,
you can send it to me.
okay.
And you can set just right.
I think-
Anybody want to read things here? Yeah, farm forest. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on this board.
Yeah, if you could read them to them, because
Oh, you can't see
I
them.
can't see them.
Well, can somebody read them? Because I have to break my neck.
I'd be happy to read them.
Okay.
So Jamie Olson is asking, can I please get a link to the farm forest? And Scotty has that. And then if you could
So Mike,
scroll.
maybe send it to Sarah, and Sarah, you're gonna pass it on.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then Janet Hendricks says MPA is also a construct of the Benton County. Janet also states that I hope that Patrick from DLCD will also be here November 4th.
Okay.
And so.
Let's see, then Benton County stepped away for a couple of minutes.
So ag industrial, was that created for cannabis? Interesting. Probably
Oh.
was,
Or was it? Yeah.
probably
Was it?
was. Makes sense.
Uh-huh. So for those of you that missed that, Janet Hendrick is asking, was the ag industrial zone created for cannabis purposes? It's just a thought.
Nothing wrong with that?
Yeah, what was it created for? Was that just for wine growing or?
I'm sure it's for wine growing. They would do.
I think she stepped away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody else from the public have any questions?
Yes, those of you, I don't, I assume you have the ability to unmute yourself. If you do, anybody could give public comment now. I don't know if you're hearing me.
No, it wasn't created for cannabis.
She might have to unmute them. I don't know.
Because, yes,
Because it's all that you did, wineries.
We could have-
Jane's
I
gone.
want to Google on this.
So it's just Janet now and Keith. Keith, can you hear us? Are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, so here's Keith Lemke, who's joining us. He's a candidate for county commissioner.
Yeah, and I thank you for letting me listen. That was interesting. The only comments I would say is when you get into the zoning, make sure that you really take it seriously and get as many people in the community involved as you can. And then understand the definitions. I mean, really understand the definitions before you jump in. Otherwise, because it can become quite restrictive. And it could be a good thing, but it also can lead to bad things. And so
Yeah.
you just got to really understand it. And if you don't understand that and guide your people well, what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of bitter feelings here in a few years. So
Mhm.
that's just a warning. Just, throw it
It's
out.
I think this is Tim Pearson speaking. I think that's a really good warning, Keith. Both Zeb and I have experienced the MPA zoning rules and it was to our detriment. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you really, and you got to have a formal system within your area to really focus on it. Otherwise, you're not going to be given it the attention it deserves. I'm just, just telling you that it's a painful process, but has to be done well. Anyway, thanks for letting me join in. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else before we close the meeting? Going once? Going twice? Okay, I guess the next meeting is November 4th, probably gonna be a big one, busy.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, lots of information.
We'll be here.
Yeah, here,
Okay.
6 o'clock. Yes, meeting adjourned, or? Yeah, there we go.
Good job, Zeb.
Took us a while to get back on topic, or back.
Now, I was not paying attention when he was talking, Keith Lemke.
Oh.
And
He's
did he
warning
talk
us.
specifically about the MPA?
No, I brought that up.
Oh,
He's just giving us a warning that we need to be very diligent and, thank you, in how we go about looking at the zoning. Because it'll be with us for 20 years.
well, good thing we're so organized.
We already learned that.
You wanna-
We've lived on it for 50 years.
We've lived it, haven't we, Amy?
Yeah, it didn't